Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to the West Ham Network. This is your Knees Up, Mother Brown Hammers headlines update for today. So make sure you do go and check out our good old friends, kumb.com. Get across there and check out their fantastic website as per usual. But I've bringing you all the updated news in the West Ham world. I've given you a few videos already. The new fixtures have been announced. We've been speaking about some of the updates regards to Emerson Palmieri potentially heading out the door as West Ham potentially look at trying to replace him with Ryan Sessegnon, the player who has been released from Spurs. But we're here to give you some of the more even up-to-date news on West Ham today. And the first piece of news I want to bring to you is that West Ham have, according to sources in the media, agreed a deal for Nathan Trott to actually leave the club this summer, heading to FC Copenhagen. Now, according to some reports, they're saying that a deal could be met which could pay West Ham £2 million for the 25-year-old. And having had a 2-year contract extension added to his deal, then that looks like it could be some really decent business by West Ham. He spent the last 2 seasons out on loan over in Denmark, keeping 17 clean sheets in 56 appearances, but it looks like he is now set to make his switch to Copenhagen. He's only ever really made one senior appearance for West Ham after graduating from the club's academy. And it was always going to be a hard job to be able to break through the ranks of the West Ham goalkeeper #1 battle between Alfonso Areola and Lucas Fabianski. But West Ham are very keen, and Lopetegui and Steiden are very keen to be looking at bringing in a third keeper and someone that has a lot of experience. And apparently West Ham are weighing up a surprise move to bring in Luton Town goalkeeper Tim Krul. Now, West Ham, as we know, are going to be in the market because we are getting rid of some of our youth players. Fabianski has signed his contract extension. We know Areola will be the main dog, the main guy, the main geezer in between the sticks. And it will be an option that West Ham want to look for experience rather than going with youth, especially the fact that if you're going to be a third choice, you're not going to get regular game time. Now, he has emerged as a surprise target for West Ham as we are looking up a move for the veteran keeper. Now, Krul signed for Luton Town 12 months ago ahead of the return to the Premier League, but he didn't make a single Premier League appearance at the club and just played 6 times in cup competitions. He is 36 years old and he has got a broad amount of experience. So it'll be interesting. We're looking at obviously other players like Fotheringham. We're looking at Krul. There are a whole host of older and willing to be third choice goalkeepers potentially linked to West Ham. So we will have to wait and see how this one does, of course, transpire, as I am going to bring to you another update on another player that you may not have heard of. Now, some of you, I think, probably have heard of him, but he's the American international defender who currently plays for Celtic. His name is Cameron Carter-Vickers. Now, reports are suggesting that West Ham are very keen and are looking at trying to bring him in to the London Stadium from the Parkhead club based in Glasgow. Now, he has recently signed a 5.5-year deal. Well, not recently, back in January. And the 26-year-old is on a list of targets, not just for West Ham, but some other clubs as well. He is a strong, versatile defender. He is a ball-playing defender. He's got leadership qualities. You've seen that when he's in his Celtic career. And don't underestimate signing players from the Scottish League. Don't underestimate West Ham signing players from leagues that maybe aren't the best in the world, because we have a whole host of history of signing players from some of the leagues that aren't in the top 5 in the world. And you've just got to look at someone like Winston Reid. When he signed for West Ham, nobody thought anything of him and what he turned out to be at the club. Now, he has and honed in his particular invaluable organization of a defense, and it's interesting to see that he is also linked to West Ham, considering we've been linked to several players. I'll talk about one in a second, Greaves of Hull City, but he does and has got a reputable experience playing in some, of the leagues, but in particular in Scotland. Good interceptions, and he's a really solid defender. Aerial prowess. He's decent at set pieces, and he's good at going forward. And he's won a lot of medals within Celtic in the Scottish SPL. So this will be an interesting one to watch. Don't think it'll be worth a huge amount of money, so could be a good option for West Ham to look at our defensive options. But let me know your thoughts on him potentially linked to the club, as I am going to bring you a real big update, and it's regarding this geezer here, Max Kilman. Now, apparently West Ham are showing concrete interest and have started talks with Wolves regarding signing their captain, Max Kilman. That is according to Fabrizio Romano. Now, Kilman has become a key figure for Wolves over the last few years, captaining the side. And when Julian Lopetegui, of course, was at Wolves, he liked him. He described him as a very, very good defender. And it looks like he is now going to want to push to try and bring him in to the London Stadium. Now, we are going to be in the market. We know we're in the market, and Max Kilman is a player that we have been interested in a little while. Now, he said that, Romano said that you understand West Ham are showing concrete interest in Max Kilman, centre-back, who's highly rated by Julian Lopetegui. It's not an easy deal as Wolves want to keep him, but West Ham are now exploring this option. Contacts have started. They are going to want as much money, bang for the buck, for their asset, let alone the fact that he is their captain. And apparently Wolves are looking for somewhere in the region of £40 million minimum to bring him in. And that is also, I think, interesting, because the rumours are that Agard could be leaving the club, and they could be looking for upwards of anything to do with £30 million that West Ham could be requesting for Naif Agard. On the Naif Agard thing, I think I've mentioned it several times. I'm disappointed. If the player doesn't want to be there, then so be it. But Max Kilman could be the big defender signing for West Ham this summer. You let me know your thoughts in the comments as we bring an end to today's Hammers headlines, talking about Nathan Trott heading out the door, Timmy Krul coming in the door, Carter Vickers from Celtic, the American international Max Kilman, who will be disappointed to have been missed out in the European squad for England as well. That brings an end to our Hammers headlines for today. Make sure you do go and check out kumb.com. Take it easy, and of course, come on, your irons.